welcome back to the Euroleague. You're tuned in to the Underwater Rugby channel, broadcasting live out of Krefeld, Germany. And this is a rundown for the next match coming up between Tudserne from Denmark and Krefeld, the home club. Tudserne and Krefeld joined the league in the same year, so this will be their third season. And Tudserne has been very successful. They have played 21 games. Of them, there are 18 victories, 1 draw, and 2 losses. They have scored 61 goals and allowed just 14, giving them a positive goal differential of 47 goals. Krefeld has played in 20 Euroleague matches. They have won 9 of those, drawn 3, and lost 8. They have scored 49 goals and surrendered 31, giving them a positive goal differential of 18. The last time these two clubs met was on the 30th of March 2019, and Tudserne won that 4-1. And we're going to show you highlights from that match now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You're tuned in to the Underwater Rugby channel broadcasting the Euroleague live from Krefeld, Germany. The next match is between the home club in blue, Krefeld, and in white, it's Tudserne from Denmark. Allow me to introduce to you now the players for Krefeld, wearing number 3, Christian Jacobs. Number 6, David Kressig. Number 8, Yannick Graf. Number 9, Lucas Meskis. Number 10, Kihan Bibahani. And number 12, the captain, Alain Kapayan. Number 14, Carl Wilhelm Holle. Number 19, Paul Shearer. Number 20, Philip Kreisig. Number 23, Geram Hunayan. Number 77, Manuel Gassner. And in reserve for this match, number 4, Paul Werner. Number 5, Sasha Bogish. Number 7, Martin Meskis. And, 96 Keitan is in the starting lineup. So a hand for all those players there. All right, on the other side of the water, wearing white, for Tudserne, number 1, Kim Pettersen. Number 2, Gitte Madsen. Number 3, Søren Hjulbrun. Number 4, Mikkel Claudius. Number 5, Martin Run. Number 7, Andreas Schergård Wieland. Number 8, Jakob Euler. Number 9, Jakob Nedergaard. And the captain, number 10, Lars Wikström Greve. Number 12, Emil Tang Kuster. Number 13, Sven Erik Andersen. Number 14, Kim Tornsberg Christensen. And in reserve, number 11, Nikolai Mossing Madsen. And number 15, 2, Gadegård Velev. The referees this match are on deck, Birgit Lutke. And in the water, Kaiser Lindman and Manuel Tito de Moras. Okay, we're back on the air again. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Johnny?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So this should be a good match. Although Martin Meskis is in the lineup wearing his uniform, and
Right.
he's not going to play, I don't
Oh,
think.
okay, okay.
And
Last season it was in the Copenhagen round number 3. Tudserne won Krefeld 4-1. So that is I think the closest or in the history match that they have fought each other. We are in the Krefeld's home pool, of course, and there is some people have arrived. I think family members have arrived to watch the game here. This is the third game now here in Krefeld. My name is Jani Mäkinen. I'm here commentating the games with Mr. Darrell Tien. It's 20 past 1 here, the local time in Krefeld. And you're going to watch the game Krefeld in blue, Tudserne in white.
Okay, there is no.
Kavafayan is the captain here, and they're a young team for the most part. You have seen a lot of these kids
Yes.
as when you were junior coaching.
Right,
and
right.
So they have a lot of good prospects for the future, this Krefeld
You
team.
know, 20 seconds at the, yeah.
And there's Greve, Lars Wikström Greve on the other side, 36. He was the captain of the Danish national team
Yes,
at
he
the
was.
World Championships.
Behind, so I can see when they're finished.
Very disappointing for Denmark.
Mhm.
So how are they going to react to that? How's it going to affect their Euroleague play, do you think? Hard to say.
Well, it's hard to say. Of course, this is Euroleague. That was the national game, so I wouldn't draw too deep line in between these two events. Of course, this is now a new season. and I'm sure that the players, they have had enough time to reset from the World Cup.
Two of the players from Tudserne have stopped playing for taking a timeout. Jonas
start anyway?
got one, and
You mean after the World Championships?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's I would say for the human nature, that's something.
Kim Pettersson, but was it maybe? Let's see if I see his name here. No, Kim's here. Someone will go on to the YouTube broadcast and write in the comments. You can also message us because message is working for us.
Right.
Whereas we can't see the YouTube. We don't have. I don't have the. For some reason, it's not working for me here, but the messaging is working all right.
So we start again. White team ready?
Okay, teams are getting ready.
1 minute to start.
No, it's gonna start
Or
now.
less. Yeah.
Now, here we go. This is the third game of the day. We saw earlier today Malmo Triton. I think it was 6-0 won by Malmo the first game, and then Beta won Police 7-0. So the two games we've seen have been dominated by the other team. So we haven't really seen a really tough game yet today. I was positively surprised by the performance of Malmo. At the same time, I must say that Urheilusukelta from Helsinki, I think they didn't play too well. Then about this Beta, we all expected them to be really strong. They were extremely strong. They were really going forward a lot, playing high in the opponent's section. Managed to score 7 times.
But of course, they're not yet a team.
No, certainly not. And I was also commenting in an interview that I don't think that they are on a Molde level yet. But now, 4-1, the Tudserne from Denmark won last time when they played against each other. Krefeld in blue, Tudserne in white.
I think Krefeld is a tough team, and they're young, so the chance of them changing and improving is great. But I think that they can get flustered when they have their style of playing, and when they're knocked off of it, it hurts them a lot. They need to keep the ball moving, to have a good roll all the time. If they get tied up on the surface, that will...
It's a free throw for team Krefeld from midpool. Yeah, I was talking to these Colombians after the interview that it's some, interesting stuff. That they're gonna have the nationals. It's like one tournament. It's a 4-day or 3 or was it 4 days? 4-day tournament, yeah. And they have the elite league, national elite league, which has 10 teams, and then the division. They play this final tournament, the championships, at the same time, and there they have 17 teams. So altogether in the men category, they have 27 teams playing in 2 different...
I remembered now, Juan Jose Laverde, he came from Ecomotis, which is also a Medellin club. And they have Scuba, so they have a lot of teams in Colombia.
Medellin is 1.5 kilometers above sea level. So actually my wife, she's from Guatemala, and it's also the capital of Guatemala City. It's also 1.5 kilometers above sea level. And it's clear that when you come onto the surface and you grasp the air, you don't get the same oxygen anymore at 1.5 kilometers. But then Bogota,
even higher,
2.7 kilometers above sea level. So imagine playing underwater rugby there. When you come out of the water and take your lungs filled, you get something like, I don't know, maybe 20% less oxygen that you would get on the sea level. With
so we should get some Tibetans or Nepalese to play.
Yeah, but I think for these guys, if they play weekly at those altitudes, it must be really easy breathing here on closer to sea level. I don't know what is the Krefeld height. I think this Western Germany is relatively low.
Yeah.
Low. Let us check. Some
but
interesting facts.
the benefit from altitude training, I think that starts at 1 kilometer
Yeah.
above sea level, or it's more pronounced at that point. Anyway, now they're locked up on the surface, which is not good for Krefeld, I don't think. And back up in another scrum.
Elevation here in Krefeld is 39 meters according to Google, just fast fact checking. So this is really, really,
The lowlands.
really lowlands here in Krefeld.
Oh, there we go.
So 4 minutes gone, and I think it's been quite even. It's gonna be a tough match this time. Certainly a tougher match than we saw the earlier ones.
Oh, Tudserne, they're perhaps slightly have the edge in this game so far.
One thing when you see good quality underwater rugby, what is so typical in this game, you immediately notice the experienced players that they when they receive the ball, they sort of like bend their arm and keep it here. You can explain maybe better in the English language, but something, you know, just looking at this.
There was a good example there, the grip.
Yes,
Yeah.
the grip
Yeah,
grip to the ball.
So that when you extend your arm out, you still have a pretty good hold on it. It's not just
Yes, like here,
palm,
like
yeah.
here. So you just
you
know,
use your wrist to
Yes.
brace the ball. And exceptional players with really big, strong hands, sometimes they can hold the ball even when it gets punched.
exactly. And of
But
course,
they're
if-
the exception.
of course, like here, when you can see and you're sure that there is no one near to you, you can hold the ball like this.
Yeah.
Just like hit it. But immediately when you're not sure who is close to you, you need to grab it like this.
Yeah.
Whenever you hold it out, you grab it with your wrist using the palm.
Hold it behind your back, switch hands, and many tricks to keep the ball away from the reach of the opponent.
5 minutes gone, 5.5 minutes gone in this game. It's quite even.
Now, that was a good example of the Krefeld way of playing. They have a guy underneath the scrum, and when the ball popped out, he got it. So if Krefeld plays like that, that's the way they want to play. If they go up to the surface and they're in surface fights, that will work against
Making
them.
comparison to Betta and Malmo game, it seems that these teams are not so fast coming to the goal. They wait for their teammates. There is actually
Well, German underwater rugby is traditionally about possession and control. And Danish underwater rugby,
Now
there's
there's
a
a
lot of
good
defense.
mask.
Yeah, now they've got a chance.
a good chance now for the Krefeld.
Philipp Kreisig is a star player for the German national team, and of course he's
Some good wrestling. We are now on the Tudzerne's end of the pool.
but there it was again though that Krefeld managed to have the player under the scrum, so they have to keep doing
Again,
it.
some
Yeah.
mask made. Now there is a good pressure. Now that he needs more teammates now below him. Finally, somebody comes for the ball. Approach the goal. Yet nothing massively dangerous so far. But certainly they have a good a couple of minutes had the ball already, and it seems that the forechecking of the Tudserne, they concentrated close to their own goal. They don't start swimming around chasing the Krefeld players.
One of the basic skills that you have to have in underwater rugby is the ability to hold off one player quite easily. It shouldn't be
Yeah,
a major crisis to put your arm out and keep them away. Of course, if you get a really large, strong player, you could collapse like an accordion if they bring you in.
now
So-
there's
oh.
a good pass. There was a
Oh.
little moment that
Hold it
there was
out.
an opportunity and he took it. I think he did well. He couldn't quite put the ball in the basket, but it was a risk certainly worth
Kreisig got back
taking.
there. Still, they have the
Still they have it. Tudzerne's defense is fairly well positioned. Now there
Hold
was
it.
a moment.
So it's good for Krefeld. I think they are playing well.
They are playing well, and I think they last year's result 4-1. So Tudzerne won 4-1 Krefeld in the Copenhagen's round last season, so it's been this year springtime.
It's not going that direction right now, though.
No, that was maybe a little hasty way that he handled the ball. The Dots have it now, swimming towards. Now he needs. There was no one below him, and that's why the Krefeld got the ball. Now again, in the mid-pool area, some good wrestling, and Dots get it back. Well done by them. Oh, look at that way that he grabs the ball away. Well done.
Oh, and
Who was this German guy who?
What number was it?
They have, I think, their first names only in the. I couldn't quite see the number, but he did really well. So the Krefeld, again, we are in the Tudsерne's end of the pool. Now they are taking it slowly, taking the time. Maybe a few guys are changing.
This is a new guy for me, Garam. What's his last name?
Had some trouble maintaining the control, but
Hunajayan.
Hunajayan.
Yeah.
Geram Hunajayan, goalkeeper. Again, well protected. He turned around, protecting the ball like that.
They're keeping possession, and but Tudserne, they're not tired at all or anything like that. No, they choose to play defense by the goal.
Yes, defense close to their own goal. Now they have it, but now it's a crucial thing that he gets help now, which apparently he does not immediately get, but able to maintain. Well done by him.
Graf managed to bat it down, but they couldn't pick it up.
Now that was a nice one, and now they should just go close to the goal, have a friend coming with you. Where are all the Dots? No, now they are. Right. I think I must ask this. I think this is more than 4 meter deep. The depth of the pool. I think it's quite deep actually. Looking at now, the way the players.
Nice.
Now there is no goalkeeper, and is it no? Right. There was a moment without goalkeeper in his position, and there was an excellent moment for the Dots, and it came like a miracle, like a gift, because there was no much pressure before.
Well, not much pressure, and it was an attack for the goal for sure.
Yeah. Now some good.
But nobody ripped the goalie off. It was a miscommunication or. Gassner.
So now it's a free throw for Krefeld against Tudserne.
I have seen some of these kids.
Krefeld is taking timeout.
I've seen some of these Krefeld guys as juniors.
Right.
So like Carl Willem Hole and Kreisig in Norway. And yeah, they have developed. So
well, if you saw them Norway as a juniors, now they are just the best age group is now starting starting, because I would say that you only develop to be the world's top players typically when you are at around 30 years old, I would say.
Because the amount of experience.
Some of these Colombians may be exceptions, because I think they have grits and they were born in the water.
It could be that you could develop faster if you get to play more.
Yeah,
if you don't play.
And if you play tough, and if you and I think these Colombians, I think the reason why they won the world championship is just that they have more tough games and they train
at
more.
home. They
all
6
the time.
days a week.
6 days. Some of them are in the pool 6 times a week. So one can only imagine how much you develop really when you are so much time in the water.
You should play a sport 6 days a week if you're going to be good.
Yeah.
Pardon me for saying something so obvious.
Yeah, and basically, if the Colombians are not going to win the Champions Cup, I think that will be a big miracle. I don't honestly think that any of the European teams are able to challenge them
up to that level as Orcas.
Onto that level as Orcas, because I think most of the players were in the national squad, so they play so much together. So they are so tough.
Yes.
So
I would say that for sure to favor Orcas to defend, because they won it last time. So
Here we go. 3 minutes left and it's 0-0. Both teams have had some momentum, but I would claim that the Tudserne, when there was goalkeeper missing for a few seconds, maybe that was the best opportunity to score. Wrestling now on the surface. Now the referee in the water has called a fall. That's holding, and it's against Krefeld this time.
It was a choke. You can see there the television, the equipment covered up by plastic, and so there are a lot of small details that go into the production, and if you don't have the experience of having water splash up on your equipment, you wouldn't remember to bring the plastic next time. So the Euroleague's able to build on. Now we have an attack though. 2-on-2, no goalie down, and a long pass. It was maybe not the right decision, but yeah, there was an opportunity for Krefeld there. Oh, they stolen the ball back. Empty basket.
Empty basket for one, but there was some distance and he had been grabbed by
he
the
holds
legs.
on to it.
Now that was holding without ball. The referee, does he call it? No, not quite so.
It was a mild holding, so they let it go.
A mild one, yeah. And now there is a fall detected by the referee in the water.
Oh, and they award it to Krefeld.
Okay, so it's Krefeld.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So Krefeld could score. I think
they could.
Yeah.
And I would just hope that any of the two teams scores before the first half is over, because it's so important for the dynamics of the game. I think the viewers will enjoy seeing the game more if one of the teams are able to score.
Paul Scheer just then, you could see this German technique of lying on the back and putting the fins up to defend the ball. This is very typical for German players. And I have seen before that they can do it in quite a cunning way, so that they go on their back, they hold off the player, and then the moment the defender is pushed away, they spin around and swim again.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a static move. Tudserne in the scrum. This is good for Tudserne.
Okay, now it's the referee in the water again, seeing a fault. He's going to come all the way to the surface. Free throw for Krefeld again. There was this referee actually came to say.
Was
exactly
there a warning,
what was
or what was it the call?
No, I couldn't hear anything about warning, but there was a clear message to the player what was the reason for this call.
Okay, over to the corner, back out to the center.
So this is the third match. Earlier today we saw a clear win for Malmö Triton against Urheilusukeltajat of Helsinki. Then we saw Beta Moscow easily winning Polisen 7-0 was that one. This is the third game. The next game actually, it's also hugely interesting. It's Ege University from Turkey against Molde of Norway. And of course Molde has won this Euroleague 6 times out of the 7 that this been played. So
they have to be the favorites. Yeah.
They have to be the favorites, of course, but it's interesting to see what is the actual level of Ege University. We know that there are some star players within the squad, but how they can manage against Molde as a team.
Well, it's very important for them because they feel that they didn't get a chance to go to the World Championships, so now they return in the Euroleague with a new club. It's an old club, but it's a new appearance.
That's it. First half is over. It's a half-time, 0-0, tough game, good quality underwater rugby. The two teams, in my opinion, are playing on a very same level. I think this is a tough match, and let's see if they're going to score any goals. There was one good opportunity only, in my opinion, in the whole first half.
The empty basket.
The empty basket. I don't know what happened really, why they lost the ball, but there was like a couple of seconds momentum there. Interesting. It has been a good underwater rugby game. Both teams seem to have, at least the Tudserne, it seems that when they are in their own defense, they want to make it very solid, forward-checking close to their own goal. Krefeld has good techniques for keeping the ball away in a circle, semicircle around the goal, in the safe corner or empty corner, how you call it. But
the Swedish ladies' corner.
The Swedish ladies' corner, they did it one.
But unfortunately, they got to share it with.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Highlights. Welcome back here in Krefeld, Germany. Euroleague season 2019-2020. First round in Krefeld. Local time here in Krefeld is 47 minutes past 1. We are in the half time actually of the match. Krefeld, the local team, against Tudserne from Denmark. That's the white team is Tudserne, and they were shouting the war shout. It's 0-0. It's been really even game, I would say. Not many good scoring opportunities for either of the team. But I must say that one great opportunity the Toads had with Krefeld goal for a short moment was without the goalkeeper. My name is Jani Mäkinen. I'm here commenting this game for you, and I'm here with Devrol Tien. Devrol just left for some coffee. He will be soon joining us. We are about to start the second half of this match. Earlier today, we saw Malmo Triton, I think it was 6-0 win against Urheilusukeltajat of Helsinki, and then earlier today also Beta from Moscow that is spiced up now with 3 Colombian stars. 7-0 they won Polisen from Stockholm, Sweden. The venue is really nice. I have said that in Germany you have plenty of beautiful swimming halls. This is certainly a spacious, really nice swimming hall. There's a big window in the back and you can see it on the screen. Now the referee is calling the teams to get ready. And one curiosity, of course, is that the pool is of stainless steel, and some of the Finnish players from Urheilusukeltajat said that there is like a magical light when this is like a dim stainless steel, so it creates a certain type of light in the water. The water quality is excellent. It's good for the video that we are seeing. So this is the second half now, and now Devrol has arrived with his coffee. Let's see. What do you think?
Well, I think it either team gets the goal, that will really be hard for the other team to catch up, I think.
That is true. That I agree totally. Now, nice pass. There's a good contact with the goalkeeper for a moment. An excellent try by the Tudserners.
Yeah. Here it was not easy for them to get the ball, and they gave it up in clearing their own zone, which is
now referee has stopped it.
Pulling on the basket.
Holding on the basket. It's free throw for Krefeld against Tudserne. So what happened the season that the Toads took it? What was the reason? Because I don't really see the quality now in this game.
Okay,
winning Euroleague.
I think
this is a
couple
of years ago.
Due to the unknown factor, because Wieland, the very tall guy, number 7, he was not really known to the other players so well, because he's young, and he's a very aggressive goal scorer from above.
Andreas Kjærgaard Wieland. Yes, number 7.
Yeah, so that was something that people had to adjust to. Also, Molde had a down year. They had more injuries.
Okay.
And players missing. And it's hard to stay focused and on the top the whole time, right? You cannot peak 100%.
Exact.
So.
And you got to renew your team, and if you're practicing on a very high level, be able to maintain the physical condition, and if there are just all these old farts playing year after year after year, it's not good for the team. You just have to look for young players. You have to give them responsibility to maintain this quality. And of course, Molde, I don't know what's the average age now for the Molde team.
Some of the players are old.
Some of the players are old. At the same time, they are one of the players that are the best.
They remain at the top. But then that explosive, quick reaction will never be the same as when you're 20.
No.
So it would be good to be able to take these star old players out or put them in to use them at the right time. But now we see the corner play.
Yeah. And this is something that is, I'm a little surprised that this corner play can go on. Because actually, although the pool is quite long, it's not very wide. I would say it's like 10 meters maybe wide. So actually the distance from the wall to the goal is only like 4, maybe 5 meters.
But I guess since it's metal. Oh, now they got down to the bottom. Kreisig trying to turn around. A strong guy, yeah. I would guess that since it's metal, you slide. So if somebody comes out to try to take the ball away and you push them, they will just go slide along the bottom. Nice pass backwards. Which was forwards actually. Now they've got an attack. Shearer comes out. Tudserne headed forward now. Oh.
And last year it was Molde won. Who was the second then in the Euroleague?
Was it Beta?
Yeah, I think so.
Blue number.
There
Blue
is
number 95. 2 minutes.
no blue number 95. Okay. So we get
95.
we don't have his number here. 96 he is. So it's Keiten.
Keiten is out was it for holding?
Time out. White team.
And the white team Tudserne is taking the timeout. I think it's a clever move because this could be a decisive issue now for this game. So Tudserne is going to play 2 minutes with advantage. It's a power play for Tudserne.
Was it holding that he was called for this? So Martin Meskis is in despite his injury. Okay. Kavafayan is out. Okay, Meskis is not in the game. He's coaching. He's in the water. So I'm just guessing that the reason for that 2-minute penalty, which gives the power play to Tudserne, was because the holding came in a fast break, and it was there was a threat of scoring a goal. So therefore, the cost to Krefeld defending in that way was higher.
Right.
So what will Tudserne do with this now? They have their opportunity.
Let's see. It's not going to be easy for sure.
Wieland.
Krefeld. For certain Krefeld, they want to go to the very tight defense, I suppose so. If they leave any space around their own goal, it's going to be difficult or dangerous. He has a really long snorkel, actually. I'm a bit surprised.
And if it's a tie, then there will be a shootout.
Yeah, there will be penalty shootout, which is always interesting. We saw it many times last year.
It was a good rule change, I think.
I think it was an excellent change because that's penalties are so interesting in this, unlike in football where they just fraction of a second and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to 45 seconds, and it's like a fight man to man.
They're putting a hard forechecking on. Gassner goes.
Certainly, and I'm a bit surprised that they do so much. Look at that move. That was an excellent. He jumped out of the wall.
If he had gotten that ball just a little bit cleaner, he might have.
And that was such a nice move he makes. Fast.
But Krefeld comes up with it.
Now Krefeld had his 20 seconds only left in this power play. So Tudserne has 6 players against 5 of the Krefeld. Krefeld has fought well. And this is so important that they just maintain the ball like that, killing the seconds, but still the last 10 seconds. Let's see. Is there anyone to help him? now they are even. The teams are even, 6-6 now, and Krefeld comes and grabs the ball, coming to the surface.
Well, you can imagine how difficult it is to hold on the ball when you've got two big guys from Tudserne trying to rip it away.
Hugely difficult
Yeah.
and uncomfortable also. It feels horrible.
Because your arm is going with it.
Yeah.
They got it now.
They got it now, and there is 9 minutes left in the game. I must say that there was no any hugely dangerous opportunity to score for the Toads during that 2 minutes power play they had. So they didn't quite manage to create anything.
Did you see the way he used his feet to try to push the ball away?
Right. Yeah.
A small thing.
A small thing, but important indeed. Well
Every
done.
underwater rugby has the experience of they kick the ball to themselves, or they bounce the ball on their fin.
Exactly.
Or you wave your fin in front of the opponent's eyes to block their view. Oh, now we have it.
Excellent pass. That was an important to take the speed away from him. Number 15.
15 is
Velle. Not known to me.
No, I don't know that guy.
He has a Tue Garegård Bellev. These Danish names are sometimes a little funny to a Finnish ear. I don't know if they're funny for themselves.
Well, for people from the English-speaking part of the world, all of the words in Finnish and Danish are weird because they have all of these vowels. And you could have had more letters in the Finnish alphabet.
Yeah. Look at that.
Nice,
Nice
very
ball.
clean play.
Yes. The way they protecting the ball, it's really good techniques they're using. It's like, you know, it seems like all the players have the same similar ways
Of
to
moving,
of moving and protecting the ball. Like
that was nice.
They are carved from the same stone, like they are so similar in there. Now there is a little contact, nothing really serious to the goalkeeper. 6 minutes,
that
45
was nice.
seconds
That was very
left.
good. And Kreisig stayed down. But now Tudserne is on them.
And well, somebody seeing it immediately coming to help your teammate. It's
very
extremely
good.
important. Now he needs another teammate below. There is none immediately, but he's able to have it still.
Got it. He passed it off. Brun got it over to the other side.
Is there a contact to the goalkeeper? Excellent for checking it immediately by one of the Krefeld sides. And
you could feel that although Tudserne has not
look at this mask now. He's in excellent position. Number 7, Wiedland.
Their attacks are dangerous. They're very.
He was
that
in
was
the
close.
position of scoring from there.
Kapavalian.
I don't know. I think what we're seeing is few of the top teams in this year's Euroleague. I don't know. It's because they're so even. It's difficult to say how would they manage against any other of the teams. Five and a half minutes left. Now he made an excellent move because he could somehow, hide that pass, but the other player was not immediately able to do a good.
But he was doing two things at the same time, touching the goalie and making the pass.
Exactly. So before he made the pass, he knew he was going to pass. Of course, he did the important thing of making the contact to the goalkeeper before passing the ball. That's the reason.
To weaken the defense.
Yeah. Then the goalkeeper may think that he's gonna just continue trying to score from that, and then if he is able to pass to his teammate, it may come as a surprise to the goalkeeper that it's on the other side.
Tudserne out.
And again, I would say Krefeld had some good moments, but nothing extremely dangerous.
I think Tudserne has had better chances.
now they would need, you know, a guy like Wiedland. Now they would need, you know, one of these superstars to make a difference. Because it's so
Greve can go in by himself on the side and score. They got a lot of guys. They're tough. Oh.
Risky pass, but it was received
Now they're all over him. Yeah.
by number 9, Jakob Nedergaard, a really good player, well-known player.
Yeah, Tudserne hangs on.
Oh, that was
Anderson.
a risky pass, well read by the German.
Pass was cut off. Gassner. It's easier to read the numbers on the jerseys of Krefeld because it's blue and a light color.
Yeah. They have put numbers with the Dudsers and
Very large.
very large, and it's with light green in color, so it's a little difficult to read those numbers.
And the toad is also
Yeah,
the same color.
yeah. Whoa! I know the feeling.
Yeah.
It's like you're reborn again when you
Coming out.
Yeah. Strong guy.
Oh, it's
Less than 3 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen.
you want a penalty shootout.
Penalty shootout is if it's gonna be equal numbers in the end. Now there is a few.
They got a good chance. It's gonna
now
go
an
in.
excellent chance.
Oh,
But that number 5. He was number 5.
Lucas Meskis.
Martin Run
Yeah.
was trying to push the ball. Now there is
another
1-1
chance.
for a
Yeah.
short moment. Is there going to be
yeah.
a punch by Wiedland? Not yet. Still there is a hassle going on. Now the Krefeld side has the ball, relieving their teammates, and the Dots are immediately attacking now. Now he needs a teammate below. Why he is?
He didn't see his teammate.
You know, well, he should have.
They-
He should have gone all the way onto the bottom, rather than staying behind.
At the side, yeah.
At the side.
People don't have eyes in the back of their heads.
No.
Yeah. Gassner behind. Yeah. That was really close. I
That
thought
was
Tudserne
really,
was going
really,
to score
really,
there.
really close.
They managed somehow.
Less than 2 minutes
Krefeld
left.
to hold off there.
And now, of course, when the time is running out, this is a
That must be very frustrating
it's,
for the
really,
Tudserne
really
players. Yeah.
difficult,
Oh.
mentally difficult.
Here's a big time killer on the surface.
Some wrestling, really strong day in there. Taking the ball, is he able to pass it on to the? Yes, he is. Excellent.
Oh,
Up. Well done by number 9.
that's Meskis,
That's Lucas Meskis.
the little brother of Martin Meskis. He's a young player, junior still, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good to see these juniors being able to play on this level.
All right.
Germany, of course, is one of the top nations in underwater rugby. No doubt about it. I think the number of players in Germany is equal to many other of the nations in Europe. I don't know exactly how is
The
it.
game has some stability in Germany, but I have heard people complain there are not enough juniors.
Right. So it's like a contact to the head. It's a free throw, and it's for Krefeld. No, it's for Tudserne against Krefeld. And at the same time, they are calling for timeout.
Who called for the timeout this time?
Dots.
Blue team.
Oh,
Good.
they both at the same time calling for it.
But it was given to.
Look at
Krefeld.
that. Look at that.
Yeah. That's the new guy that we didn't know before. To got a gourd. Velev.
Velev. Godegord.
Oh, I should mention, of course, that this has the best cafe of the entire Euroleague.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
the best cake.
The best cake and
Yeah.
the best coffee.
Yeah.
Yes. We had in the morning in a German coffee before we came with Davril.
Yeah.
We had an excellent coffee actually in a coffee shop. One thing as a Nordic guy, they
need
don't
the
accept
Bad coffee,
cards,
yeah.
credit cards or Visa cards. So it's only cash. And now I own you what is close to 50 euros.
I don't
And
know.
then last night, closer to our hotel,
Yeah.
there was the
Turkish.
Grill Palace.
Yes.
Grill Palace, a Turkish, a big restaurant, excellent food. So
Yeah.
if you want the best Turkish food on the planet, you need to go to Krefeld in Germany to have it. All the goodies for the
We-
Grill Palace. We are gonna come back.
Yeah. That is a thing that in the Euroleague, when the round is over late at night, if you're in a Nordic country, it's a lot harder to find a place to eat.
Yeah,
So in Helsinki, you can't go out at 9 o'clock.
yeah. It's a little late
Yeah.
already. Yeah. Okay, so here we will start now with the dotes. It's less than 2 minutes, like 1.5, I guess. Now I don't see the watch now myself, but it's
I think
quite little
There could
time
be a
left, and this is free throw for the Dotes
There
against
could be a score now.
Krefeld.
they have had a chance to talk about it.
Well, they had a chance.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And
Great
the
move.
forecheck
Great move. He
is
took
too
2
high,
players
they're
away
below.
immediately. Whoppa! No, not
Oh.
quite, not quite. So the Krefeld guys.
But clearing out of the defensive zone will be very difficult now.
So it's nearly over the game. Okay, it was less than even I thought. So we're gonna be seeing the penalty shootout, ladies and
right.
gentlemen. It's 3 penalties per team,
Very exciting. Yeah.
and then 1 by 1 until there is a resolved game.
Sudden death penalty.
Sudden that is the 4th one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not. You have a chance to match, but if you don't match,
If you don't
you're out.
match, you're out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw in Helsinki, at least in Helsinki round, I remember we saw many of these penalty shootouts, and also in Mulheim,
Yes.
where we were in Germany last time.
And I think I feel it's very difficult for the referees, even though they're only looking at 2 players. It's very difficult for them to say, "Oh, that was it," because they let it go forward. So you see things that maybe are not allowed, but it's hard to kill the action if you're the referee.
So in the
We will
real,
see now.
in the official time or the game time, it was 0-0, and now we are gonna see the penalty shootout. It's on both ends. It's 3 tries, right? Yes, and then it's a sudden death, 1 by 1. These penalty shootouts, or pair by pair, I should say, maybe. So. And of course, I'm sure that the teams, before they have come here, when they are preparing for these tournaments, they know who is going to give these penalties. They know who is going to receive the penalties. So it should be clear for both or all the players that who is going to take it, who is going to receive it. Well, I must admit that I don't know these teams so well that I could start to name individual players who is going to take. And the VIII, I think it's an obvious. He
Easy
may
choice.
receive also.
Greve.
Greve from the Tudserne size.
Maybe they don't have oxygen, so the referee will do it free diving.
Yeah. They should manage 45 seconds at the players.
Oh, Manuel Tito de Moras, he's a very good player.
Yes.
Even though he's not in the shape he was when he was a national champion
Right,
in Sweden
right,
some
right.
years ago.
He still plays.
He still plays. He
Okay.
comes to practice from time to time
Okay.
at my club.
There you go. Okay, but not all the time.
No.
Okay.
And he doesn't do the wrong thing. So
Right. So he's a wise player in that
yeah,
way. Then.
always.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So let's see.
Who will go first?
There is Willie.
For sure, Philip Kreisig will be shooting. And
2 minutes left. 2 minutes break left.
even
Okay.
David Kreisig is there too. So the
Right,
two brothers.
Right.
And number 4, that's Paul Werner. He's going to be taking the penalty. He's a goalie or goalkeeper. Paul Werner. On the other side, we see them lying there, concentrating, deep breathing. So we're standing up now.
Yeah.
Both Yanni and myself, we are watching the pool and the screen at the same time. Or actually, you're not watching the screen.
No, I'm
You're
watching
just
the
watching the
players.
ball.
I'm just checking that who is gonna. The way that the Danes are, some of them are laying in their back. They're really concentrating, taking the breath, taking the air.
For people who don't know about apnea, you shouldn't hyperventilate in this situation.
No.
Deep
Just
breathing.
breathe normally.
Yeah.
That's the way.
But
yeah.
but deep breaths, slow, expand the lungs. Because
And
when you
relax.
dive, you want to be able to suck in as much air as you possibly can. You can even pack air.
So pool play. It's gonna be number 20, and this is Philip Kreisig.
Yeah,
Philip Kreisig, he's the one who is gonna give the first.
very hard to stop
First
him from
one.
scoring. I would be surprised.
And who is gonna receive this one? I cannot quite see that far away. Who is it? It's somebody who has. Is it Greve who is gonna receive it?
That would be a logical choice, yeah. We'll see once we have the underwater camera on again. Because Greve's number is
10.
10.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third game. It's Krefeld in blue, Tudserne from Denmark in white. Here we go.
Kreisig goes down immediately. And
Look at the way
He's
he
got the
moves.
bottom, yeah.
He's excellent. Well done. That's it. And it was number 10,
Greve, yeah.
Greve, who received it. So it's 1-0 to Krefeld. They score in the first attempt.
And that was a conscious move by both players, I think, that Greve,
Right,
he decided he would try to
Greve,
go.
Greve did quite well, so I thought that he would give in already earlier because Kreisig was moving from one side to another and he got his arm around, grabbing, but he wasn't immediately able
No.
to score. It took some time.
Wieland.
So we've seen 2 penalties today and both have been scored. So this is the third, Wieland, and this is a long-armed guy. And he loses the ball. Now again,
Kreisig.
what has happened now?
Maybe it'll be a holding call.
Was he holding? Yes, it's holding. So it's a miss.
Yeah. So what Wieland did wrong there was he put his hand on Kreisig when the ball was floating loose, and he used Kreisig's body
to move. Yes. So it's 1-0. So there is now advantage for the Krefeld. And please remember that last season Krefeld lost to Tudserne 4-1.
Yeah.
So let's see.
This is a big thing, right?
Right.
If you're the younger brother, David Kreisig, I don't think he made the national team for Germany. I don't think he was on. So here he's showing that he really has the stuff.
Yeah. Also, it's so to say tells the story of how good players there are in Germany. And now the next one.
Is it Caton?
Is
Caton.
it 84. What is his number?
Caton. Maximilian Caton.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Maximilian Caton. He's a forward for Krefeld. And who is going to receive it now? Let's see if we can see the number. He goes to the surface, attacking from the above, coming in, able to come down like this. should be a clear thing. You know, in my opinion, you have really good position. If you, oh, that's it, well done.
Yeah.
And it was recently Jakob Nedergaard.
Nedergaard couldn't stop.
Very
Very similar that they got underneath the goalie
Yes.
and pushed up on the back.
And this
But it
actually
was not
means that
easy again, yep.
the Toads, they need to score now.
Yeah.
Whoever gives this one has to score.
Yes.
Otherwise, Krefeld will take it.
There will be no third shot.
No third shot if
No.
they don't score this time. And who is gonna now take it from the Toads? Is it number 1? Kim Petersen, is it? I think it's number 1, isn't it?
Kim Pettersson's another guy who's very tall and deceptive.
Yeah, I think he was number 1, yes. And who is receiving? Number 10, so it's Greve again receiving.
No. Greve pays for.
Yeah, sorry. Number 10 from the other side, of course. Behbahani.
Yeah.
Keihan Behbahani is the goalkeeper. Now it seems like yes.
Oh.
Oh, well done by the Dane. Kim Petersen makes the score, and now actually
It was a very good defense, though.
it was
excellent.
excellent defense, but still, and they shake their hands. It was a fair game.
Pettersson was very surgical.
Yes, and the way he pulled away the opponent was really well thought. Not trying to shoot the ball before, too easily. Try to do it easy. Make sure you get the control. And now the third one, and now the Toads goalkeeper has to survive. He has to take it. This is Manuel Gassner now
Yep.
from the Krefeld. This is a big one now.
Is it Wieland? Wieland on the goal.
Wieland on the goal. That's it.
That's
Krefeld takes it. It was a classic one. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
It's 3-1, 3-4. So Krefeld players were able to score every time.
So I think we should interview. I'll interview David Kreisig.
Okay.
He stopped that.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good.
That was a good, entertaining game, although it was 0-0 with the normal time. So it's 3-1, and interestingly, Krefeld was now able to turn around the score from the last year's Copenhagen round where they lost 4-1. Well done by Krefeld. The home team has taken a win. The next game, ladies and gentlemen, will be extremely interesting. Davrol soon is going to make an interview. Also, we are going to see the highlights of the game. The next game, please stay tuned for Ege University of Turkey, Molde, the mighty Molde.